Hi there, welcome to Terraland Soap Opera. Today I'm going to do a reading for Scorpio energy, and like usual on this channel, we're going to do two rows. The top row is going to be high vibe Scorpio energy. The bottom row is going to be a more worldly Scorpio energy. We all have our dualistic nature. We have to make decisions in life in our free will, and we have to battle between our more hopeful, believing, loving nature, which is, in this case, high vibe Scorpio energy, and we have to struggle with our more worldly nature, which can be our fears, our insecurities, our pride, our ego. We have different people that we can hang out with in the world. We have different ways we can view life, live life. And are we living our truth? We've all got lessons to learn in life. Who are we going to align with within ourself and other people outside of ourself? So, high vibe Scorpio energy is about people who want to be kind of ride the roller coaster of life. We're emotionally complex human beings. Scorpio's water sign energy. Are we willing to ride the roller coaster of life? Not everything we pursue is going to work out the way we want, but are we willing to pick ourselves back up because we're not willing to give up our dreams and love? Or are we going to go like into our shadow nature, our defensive nature, and kind of live a more emotionally shallow, superficial life? Maybe make our life about indulging in things in the world to make us feel better, or make our life more about ego or money or materialism. We have free will, and some people aren't willing to give up their dreams, and some people already did, and they might keep giving up believing in their dreams or loving themselves or believing in love. And we just need to kind of see the truth of where people are at. Because if you want to be in deep, meaningful relationships and other people in your life don't, we just need to see the truth of it. The truth sets us free. Everybody has free will to live their life whatever way they want, but we like to be in relationships with people who are kind of motivated and inspired as the same things we are. So the reason for the top row's reading is the Knight of Cups. It's also the reason why the reading came out. The Knight of Cups is Pisces energy, water sign energy again. And it also, just about our dreams, but we could know some people in a more shadowy Pisces energy that they harness where they're kind of still caught up in illusions of the world, like I can be bossy or controlling or immature and you're supposed to love me anyway. And I was like, your idea of the dream life is different than mine. So you could have known some people who just what they enjoy indulging in or how they view relationships is different than you. At one time, you could have thought you were on the same page, but as time went by, you kind of could have realized that you harness your energy differently. The reason for the bottom row's reading is the Three of Swords, Libra energy, which can talk about heartbreak. We can all get in relationships and friendships, take certain jobs because we're heartbroken. The only card showing in the bottom row is the Queen of Pentacles, which, the way I read tarot, the queens can talk about how we think and feel, and the masculine energies can represent the action that we're taking in the world and how we try to present ourselves. So in the top row, we have the Hermit, the Knight of Wands, the Emperor, and the Wheel of Fortune. People can try to present themselves, because up here we have, well, I'm assuming the Knight is a masculine figure. There's people in the world that try to present themselves as harnessing high vibe energy. They could be, the Hermit can talk about hiding things. There's some people that are hiding that they're kind of more immature in the Knight of Wands, but they try to present themselves as like, I'm a good leader, male or female. I've learned all these lessons in life. You should work for me, go into business with me, be in a relationship with me, and move forward with me in a relationship. It will be loving. But sometimes we can get in relationships with people and they turn their back on going with the flow. And loving energy is about going with the flow, where we're willing to change and heal and grow and mature ourselves over time. And some people are like, well, no, I don't. I want to create the impression I'm willing to do that, but I'm really not willing to go with the flow. I have a certain way of viewing life because in their Queen of Pentacles energy, their philosophy of life, because I view the Queen of Pentacles as Taurus energy, which is about our philosophy of life. They could be more about, I have this way of viewing life. This is how I want to do life. They might live more from their mind than their heart. And they want to be in relationships, but they want to create an illusion. They're willing to bring in the dream of love, but it can be, how about we be in a relationship and I kind of indulge myself in the relationship, and I might be kind of immature. I might have these illusions about what it means to be in a relationship. Why? Probably because they have some unresolved heartbreak that they haven't dealt with ultimately, and so they have conflict between their mind and their heart, don't want to pick a path. Like, I'm not ready to do love yet. I still kind of go back and forth. And until I decide I want to be in a relationship with you. Well, the thing is, we can get in relationships with people who are like that. And you could be someone who's like, well, no, I am more motivated and inspired by love. And I think life is about learning lessons and growing and healing and maturing myself. And we can play that caregiving role in someone's life, hoping one day they'll change. And I think that's a lesson to learn in life, that if we already know that people have some ways about them that aren't aligned with really being motivated and inspired by love, I think as we learn more lessons, we learn to let those people be. Until your philosophy of life has changed and you have done this work within yourself to free yourself from past pain and heartbreak and maybe some ideas you have about relationships, if it's not based on high vibe energy of being truthful, honest, authentic, just, fair, acting with character and integrity, growing and healing and maturing yourself, I don't know that I want to be in a relationship with you. But, it can be difficult and heartbreaking because there's people in our life that we would like to have move forward with us in our life and be more involved in our life. But if we've already invested in them and we've already been encouraging and trying to be inspiring and loving in their life, and over time, the hermit is kind of like coming to see the truth, that over time we kind of realize that instead of making the emperor's about making good decisions in your life, because you have learned these lessons in life, we might know some people prefer to keep being more immature. A knight would be more immature than an emperor. And because in tarot we have the pages and the knights and the kings and the queens and the emperor and the empress. And as we are in workplaces, friendships, and relationships, we can be a loving, nurturing person, but the other person keeps wanting to hide from the truth. That they might have these ways of viewing relationships and how they view themselves, how they view others, kind of what they think in Libra energy is just and fair in a relationship. And they could think it's just and fair. I get in a relationship, I have these unresolved issues, I have these ways of viewing relationships. I might try to get in a relationship with someone who has learned more lessons in life than me, who is more open to giving and receiving love, who might not take some of those immature actions in a relationship, who might not have these illusions about what it means to be in a relationship, but yet they keep kind of taking immature action in the relationship. And maybe you realize the hermit is Virgo energy, and you could realize also you harness your Virgo energy different. Which Virgo energy is my long-term goal, which I might like to hide from people, is I am in my Virgo and my Taurus energy, and what in my Libra energy I think is just and fair, and in my fire sign energy, what drives and motivates me, I'm kind of a little bit more about me, or these things I like to indulge in, or more about ego and image and money and materialism and status and image. And this relationship would make me look like I've moved on in life. Look, I got in a new relationship. Look, I moved on. I'm not heartbroken anymore. But they are. But they haven't dealt with it. I know. I'll just go get in another relationship. That'll make it look like I've moved on. Well, that's one way we can handle heartbreak. Or we could have actually done the work within ourselves, high vibe Virgo energy, where I want to get resolved about that past pain and heartbreak so it doesn't keep manipulating me as I keep moving forward in life. So in that case, high vibe Virgo or Knight of Wands is about higher learning and education. I'm going to do that work within myself to come to a place of peace about my past pain and heartbreak and people I've dealt with in my life, seeing where I needed to grow and heal and mature myself, the type of people I could have gotten in relationships with, where did they need to heal and grow and mature themselves? Were we really on the same page? Were we driven and motivated by the same things? Were we not? Because the truth sets us free. And high vibe Virgo energy is about doing that inner work to see the truth. Because a more worldly, shadowy energy can be where we keep repeating a pattern over and over, and we'll keep repeating that pattern, and we could invest our time, energy, and effort emotionally into things and people and ways of living life and viewing life that keep causing us heartbreak. At what point am I going to be motivated to do this work within myself? I don't want to keep living my life that way, viewing life that way, getting in relationships with certain types of people. I want to see and deal with the truth. But to do that, Virgo energy, like Taurus energy, is earth sign energy. It means you have to invest time, energy, and effort to get to the truth. And that means emotionally, because the queens can talk about how we think and feel, I have to work through some of my past pain, heartbreak, fears, insecurities, self-limiting beliefs to free myself so those things don't have a stranglehold on me anymore. I want to go on this adventure in life. I need to work through the things that manipulate me if I don't want, otherwise they'll keep impacting my decision making, because Taurus dictates the decisions we make in our life based on how we view life. Oh, people are hurtful, unkind. I don't trust people. I don't want to do love. And some people will do that. I'm going to make my life more about living from heartbreak. I've let it manipulate me. I'm not going to do love. I might get in relationships with people, but I'm not really going to emotionally invest in people. I'm going to tell myself, I don't really love them. I'm not going to get too attached to them. I'm going to make a decision. The Emperor's about making decisions, male or female. I've decided I'm going to get in a relationship, but I'm just going to indulge myself in it. I'm not really going to emotionally invest myself in it. And then sometimes we get in relationships with people who are like that. We think we're going to move forward in love, letting love and intuition guide us. And the other person's like, no, I just created an illusion. I'm going to do that. That's not my truth, but I'm hiding the truth. I'm going to indulge myself in this relationship for as long as it lasts until you see the truth. Because in the relationship, you're feeling heartbroken, that something's wrong. This doesn't really seem to be growing into a more authentic, deep, meaningful relationship. Why? And so then we do that work within ourselves to figure out why we think, and we work through our stuff to make sure it's not us, and then we try to motivate and inspire our partner again, or our friends, or whoever they are, to move forward with us in a more high vibe energy. Would be where you are more authentic, just, fair, treating other people the way you like to be treated. And we keep seeing it not happening. And though we can love them and we'd like to keep moving forward with them in a relationship, eventually we're kind of heartbroken. And some people have already went through that. Some people are at that stage in a relationship with some people right now. I'd like to keep investing in you, but I'm starting to get out, Pisces energy too can wanting to be staying in denial of the truth. And emotionally, we can all want to stay in denial of the truth because we want it to work. But it's kind of like our more fiery nature and hopeful, believing nature is kind of like, this we keep repeating an old pattern. This isn't moving forward. We're not moving forward. If other people have issues that keep them stuck and manipulate them, if we keep saying, making our life about trying to change them, we need to deal with the truth that until they're ready to do that work within themselves, it's going to keep us stuck in a way. So, high vibe energy also, and high vibe emperors, being a leader in your life, being a leader in the world. If we know some people have things that manipulate them, their fear, their insecurity, their pride, their ego, their philosophy of life, a more immature way of being in life, a bossy or controlling way of being in life, people who really don't like to share maybe their inner self, okay, my dream can't come into reality with you until they free themselves from those things that manipulate them. And it even could be other people in their life. They could have people in their life that try to manipulate and control them. Don't love and believe in yourself. Don't listen to your intuition. Don't move forward with those people. You should stay in relationship with me, or hang out with us, or make us a priority in your life, or you should live life like we live life. And high vibe energy is about being more independent in the world. Some people aren't very independent. Some people are very codependent on the world, make their life about creating this illusion of how wonderful their life is, but they never really go on this adventure to live their more authentic life. And sometimes when those people are living their life like that, they don't want other people to go live their more authentic life, because then they might feel sad about the way they're living their life. I know, instead of that, even having to deal with any of that, I'm going to try to stop other people from loving and believing in themselves so they keep living life the way I do. Just let those other people go. Let those people go and live their life of their dreams. You should make your life more like I want you to live your life. And so then we can know people that got other people who manipulate them. And it's like, if you're not willing to be more independent of those people, to live your more authentic life, and those things don't manipulate me, and I am ready to go live my more authentic life and be more independent, these things or those people or the world at large does not manipulate me the way it manipulates you. And we could just know some people that have some people in their life that they need to pay attention to. Sometimes we can have people in our life and we kind of like them to go on this adventure with us and maybe invest more time and energy into us. And they're like, sorry, I got to tend to these people that are a priority in my life, and I'm not ready to do that. And I don't know if I'll ever, you know, it's kind of trying to find that balance between I can love other people and wish the best for other people. But do I let it stop me from living my authentic life? Am I letting other people, shadowy energy can be where people are trying to manipulate you? For some people, it's people in their family. For some, it's people they're married to, people they want to marry, people they're dating. Do we let those people kind of manipulate us because shadowy energy can be where things are kind of tipped out of balance. You know, I love you. I wish the best for you. I will try to provide you as much love and encouragement and support as I can, but I also have my own life to live. We might know some people like that. Let's go look at these three cards that aren't showing themselves. The Eight of Swords, the Hangman, and the Eight of Pentacles. The Eight of Swords is Gemini energy. It talks about our free will. What is my truth? Do I have more hope and faith and belief in love? Or am I up in a mental prison about love? Is my truth in my Gemini nature that we all tap into? Am I more about me or these things of the world? Or letting these things manipulate me? And the Hangman, like Pisces energy, can be that some people do. Their truth could be in their Gemini energy. When one person is holding the one pentacle, it can talk about what their truth is. And some people's truth is, my philosophy of life and my truth is, in my Pisces energy, I am more about making my life about these things of the world. And it can be people are unwilling. The hangman is stuck. I am unwilling in Virgo energy, like the Eight of Pentacles and the Hermit. I don't want to put in that time, energy, and effort to work through my past pain and heartbreak, why I view life the way I do it, why I'm maybe not more bold and brave and confident, why I don't want to do more deep, meaningful relationships. And some people, I think everybody does what they do to feel comfortable based on, lessons they've learned in life and how comfortable they are with, we can be more bold and brave or loving. But we have to have the foundation laid for that, right? And some people are more comfortable. I don't even want, we are emotionally complex human beings in Scorpio energy, and some people are like, yeah, I find it confusing or overwhelming. What makes me feel stable and grounded right now is to not maybe connect in with my past pain and heartbreak, my fears, my insecurities, my more emotional nature. I might like to live more from my mind than my heart. That's what makes me in Libra energy feel more balanced within myself. And they might feel kind of stuck, and they might have people who move on from being in relationships with them. But we can't force people to go live their life in a way that they don't have the foundation built within themselves to go to that next phase of life, to feel stable within themselves, right? And then we can't make people do this inner work within themselves. We can't make people see the truth. We can't make people deal with, if they don't make the free will choice, which is also Gemini energy, I can't make someone make the free will choice to do this work within themselves. It is their own free will choice. Or if there's people I would like to work with or be in a relationship with, but they don't want to work with me, I need to deal with the truth of that too, or it'll keep me stuck. And some people are stuck right now because they have people they want to work with. Everybody wants to be in relationships with people that they think are kind of on the same page as them, that are motivated and inspired by the same things they are. Shadowy energy, though, can be where people are in more codependent energy, looking for certain people like, no, you have to love me. You have to validate my worth and value. And it can't even be the world. I need the world to validate my worth and value and love me. And if we were to work through that, we would kind of realize I don't need a certain person or certain groups of people to love me or validate my worth and value. Why do I need that person to love me? Why do I need those certain people to validate my worth and value? Well, for people who very much are about their ego and their image and status, that could be a very important factor in their life. Because if those people or a certain group of people in their mind that they view as having a certain status or image or whatever, basically they haven't learned to validate their own worth and value. Because high vibe Virgo is about doing this inner work to love and appreciate what you bring to the table, and to be inspired to stand up for yourself. I don't need certain people to love me or validate my worth and value. Between me and God, I validate my worth and value. And if I feel my truth is that I did treat people with love and respect and was trying to be just and fair and act with character, integrity, and do equal give and take, then I'm at peace between my mind and my heart about it. I can't always understand why other people don't want to reciprocate that energy, but some people don't want to be in relationships with people who are more balanced than them or are more inspired than them, or loving than them, or more confident than them, or look like a boss or a leader in the world, or have learned more lessons in life about how to get along nicely with people. Some people can get in their ego about it. Shadowy hangman. I don't like that you are like high vibe Taurus would be people who really walk the talk. Other people in their Taurus energy could be people who try to act like they walk the talk, want people to view them a certain way, want people to view them as having a, you know, this, like they really have learned all these lessons in life, that they're this emotionally stable, grounded, nurturing, loving person. But it's more a persona they project in the world. And then when they meet people or get in relationships with people who really do walk the talk, it kind of illuminates the truth. The Three of Swords comes after the Two of Swords, and the Two of Swords can be where people were kind of in denial of the truth that they were creating more of a persona in the world than kind of being the real deal. And then when they get around people who are the real deal, it can get them in their ego. Or, wow, you're much more loving, giving, nurturing, supportive, all that stuff maybe than I am. And maybe I'm afraid that you won't want to keep moving forward with me in a relationship. Like, I don't feel good enough. Instead of doing the work within themselves to figure out, why do I think that? This person wants to be in a relationship with me. Why don't I think, because some people could be like, oh my gosh, fiery energy can be that people are attractive, they're charming, they're are making good decisions in their life. That other people, some people could be afraid, if I move forward with you in a relationship, I'm afraid that someone else who does seem to be more on the same page as you will want to be in a relationship with you, and I'm afraid you're going to break my heart. Well, that's one way to look at it. But we could put in this work and effort to figure out why we think that way, and why don't we think we're a counterpart to that person? Why don't we do the work within ourselves? But that does mean you have to invest this work and effort to look at those issues within yourself, and you have to even be inspired to learn and work through those things to like become the person who you think would be a counterpart to someone else. And some people are just like, I could be sad, I could be heartbroken, but I don't, because it does learning lessons in life. If some people had been kind of immature and were just kind of acting like they're this more emotionally grown, mature person than they are, instead of doing the work, but meanwhile, other people living their life were doing some of this work within themselves to work through past pain, heartbreak, self-limiting beliefs. Learning some lessons, that can take years and decades to learn, you know? And it could be a lot of work, you know? For some people, it would just be that they'd have to change their whole philosophy of life. Some people did think, if I have a certain status or image in the world, or I'm attractive, or I'm charming, or I got social clout, got a good image or status in the world, or I got money, whatever it is they've got, some people kind of relied on those things to get them by. I don't have to heal and grow and mature myself. I can use these things that I have of the world. I'm sure there's people who will get in a relationship with me and want to be in a relationship with me because of those things. And then people do get in a relationship because they could, have these traits and qualities about them, just like other high vibe people have also. But it is for us to come into contact with all these different people to kind of learn these subtle differences between people to get to the truth. And then sometimes people who we think are on the same page as us, as we keep staying in relationship with them longer, we can kind of realize these things. Oh, wow, you got some issues you haven't dealt with. I could have had some of those same issues when we got in a relationship, but somewhere along the way, I did this work to wanted to drop some of my baggage and my fears or my insecurities and didn't want to carry around all that stuff. So I was motivated, and I even could have done that work thinking the people I was in a relationship with would be proud of me. And then when I did that work within myself, some of the people I was in a relationship didn't want to be in a relationship with me anymore. You changed. When we got in this relationship, we both could have been hiding. We were more immature. We both could have had fears and insecurities and had to learn to love ourselves. We both could have felt stuck. It's just how we could realize as we go through a relationship, one person does somewhere along the way get motivated to kind of do this inner work. And I think those people would have tried to inspire the people they were in relationship with, you know, to do some of their inner work, to keep moving forward with them, being loving and encouraging, being a good partner, good friend. Because I think that's what high vibe people do. They want other people to heal and grow and mature themselves. But some people are just like, uh, some people, we have to make that free will choice. Am I willing to put in that work and effort, or forget about it? I'll just hide maybe the fact that I'm heartbroken, that I did have these loving, encouraging people in my life who wanted to encourage and support me and move forward with me in life. But I think I'll just do life the way I've kept doing it. And I have a certain image or status or whatever I got going on. I think there's other people that will be willing to get in a relationship with me. I think it'll go okay. I'm going to keep moving forward like that. And we have to see the truth of it. And we do this work within ourselves to heal, that everybody has free will to choose to how they want to live their life. Sometimes, though, when one person heals in a relationship, the other person doesn't like it because they would want you to maybe stay in the relationship with them, some of them. And that's kind of when their more shadowy nature can come out, and they can invest in being hurtful and unkind in a relationship because they want you to stop like loving yourself, and they want you to come back and kind of indulge them in the relationship, but they're kind of hiding and don't want you to see the truth, that they're not being truthful and just and fair. They're using kind of manipulative tactics, that's more shadowy energy, to try to get you to focus more on them and keep putting work and effort into making the relationship work, instead, because they don't want you to change and heal, because they don't want to do life differently. And if they are someone that is more either about themselves, more about these things of the world, and that's their comfort zone and how they want to live life, and they know that you are wanting them to kind of look at life differently and get out of maybe being more about themselves or these things of the world and be more hopeful and believing and loving, they don't want to do it your way, and you kind of don't want to do it the old way you've been doing it. And that's when some people see the truth. I got to do this work within myself to figure out if this is how I want to keep moving forward or if it's not. Why would I keep staying in a relationship with, I think, someone who seems to be turning their back on the fact that I feel heartbroken? Because what they think is just and fair in a relationship is different than what I think is just and fair. And if it's just that they're more about these things of the world, that's the primary driving factor for why they are in the relationship, why they think you should stay in the relationship, and you're like, I thought it was supposed to be about love. These things of the world that we make our life about aren't the driving factor for me to want to stay in the relationship. And it can be difficult because we're all tempted by those things of the world and just the fact that we love someone. But it's like, I can't keep staying in a situation where I could feel like people are being stubborn. Shadowy Pisces, shadowy Taurus can be, I'm being stubborn. I refuse to look at life from any other perspective. I refuse to look at life from your perspective. I don't want to step out of my comfort zone. I don't want to be more bold and brave and confident or loving in the world. I think you should stay here anyway. Stay in this job, stay in this friendship, stay in this relationship. Hide your truth. Let's make life about my truth, and my truth might be I do live more from my mind than my heart. I don't want to be more independent in the world. I don't want to shine my authentic light, and I don't want you to either. So, what's coming up for some people who harness some high vibe Scorpio energy that they might not see coming up? As some people got out of some situations after they did this inner work, then they could have communicated to some people in the world who they think have learned some of these same lessons that they've learned, and that they think maybe are more willing to move forward in that way. Some of those people will, some of those people won't. And I think you speak your truth in love, and then you keep moving on your way. And then it's for those people to do this work within themselves. Shoot, should I keep living my life the way I've been living it? Is that my truth? Is this not my truth? Are they willing to do that work within themselves? You know, to be more of a leader in the world and a leader in their own life, and quit staying in heartbreak, living more from their mind than their heart, making their life more about money or materialism, or indulging people in their world, or staying in relationships where people are indulging them. Are they willing to go on this adventure? And some of those people will step up. You're stepping up in your own life, and you want someone to be in relationships with people who are on that same page. And some of those people that you communicate with will. Some of those people won't. And they'll stay where they're at, kind of heartbroken, hiding. They really wanted to go on that adventure with you and could love you. But if they're not willing to live their authentic truth, then they might live their life in some other way. And then I think as you move forward, there's going to be other people that you'll meet that are on the same page as you. So what's coming up for the people who harness some high vibe Scorpio energy that they might not see coming up? The Ten of Pentacles, the Six of Pentacles, the Empress energy, the Eight of Cups, the Three of Pentacles. Why? Because of the High Priestess. So, high vibe people let love and intuition and loving and believing in themselves and believing in their dreams be what is their philosophy of life for the decisions they make. Truth, love, justice, fairness, hope, and faith. Other people might be making some decisions more out of fear, insecurity, pride, ego, codependency, immaturity, wanting to be indulged, willing to indulge someone else. You know, just have some lessons to learn in life. Your foundation will be balanced, and you'll keep moving forward, and you're going to exchange your time, energy, and effort with people who harness high vibe Libra Taurus energy versus a more worldly, shadowy Libra Taurus energy. People who did think it was just and fair to learn lessons in life, we have to be willing to get out of our ego and our defensive nature to even be willing to admit that maybe I have some healing and growing and maturing to do. And then they put in that work and effort to see where they need to heal or grow or mature or expand their perception of themselves and the world around them to go get the justice they deserve in the world. And you're going to exchange resources with people who harness high vibe Libra Taurus versus shadowy. And in the Eight of Cups, you're walking away from the Seven of Cups, which could be people that you know in your life hide. The High Priestess also can be about hiding. People that you know hide, that they are more about not being more independent in the world, because the Eight of Cups going to the Nine of Cups is high vibe Pisces energy about being more emotionally independent in the world. And they might be more emotionally invested in the world, ego and stuff like that, or addiction or whatever it could be, or money and materialism. And the Eight of Cups is walking away from the Seven of Cups, which is Scorpio energy. But there could just be people that you think are maybe more emotionally shallow and superficial. And they could hide that that is what drives and motivates them in relationships, because they don't want to deal with some of their pain and heartbreak that stops them from being more independent in the world. And you want to work with people in the Three of Pentacles, that's Capricorn energy. And shadowy Capricorn energy is represented by the devil, all these things of the world. Where it can be, I haven't learned to love myself. Um, I want people to indulge me in my immature nature, or I'll indulge someone else in their immature nature if they have these things of the world that makes me look like a boss in the world. Because that's kind of what's most important to them. And you want to be in relationships with people who aren't so caught up in these things of the world that it keeps them out of balance. You want a more balanced life. We all want those things of the world. But high vibe people aren't willing to sacrifice just and fair and balanced and authentic and loving relationships. But some other people are. Because they might not really want to do that kind of life anyway. If that requires them to be more bold and brave and confident in love, you can go, I'll just stay in a relationship like this. It might be more emotionally shallow and superficial, but I'm not comfortable doing love anyway. And maybe in this one, maybe I can be immature. Maybe I can be bossy and controlling. Maybe I can be stubborn. Maybe those people let me live more from my mind than my heart. Maybe that's how they live their life too. Maybe neither one of us want to be more bold and brave and confident. And we just have to listen to our truth. If I'm living my life a certain way that it kind of makes me feel heartbroken, like I feel like I'm not living my authentic truth, and I might be more motivated and inspired not to make my life about conforming to the world, staying in my comfort zone. I want to keep growing and healing and maturing myself and like growing to my full potential. Listen to my intuition and my soul. Then you're going to go work with other people who you think have freed themselves from this more worldly view of life, who let love and intuition guide them. And as if you're not in a relationship right now, getting in a relationship right now, as you move forward, you're just going to listen to your intuition. And I think there's going to be other people that are very... Ten of Pentacles is also Virgo energy. Other people that have learned these lessons just like you, and high vibe Ten of Pentacles is being balanced. We do want these things in the world, but we also equally value love and authenticity and justice and fairness. And the Six of Pentacles in Taurus energy there is equal give and take, and it is just and fair. It's balance, people acting with character and integrity, people inspired, independent, let you be your own independent person. They're their own independent person. We acknowledge that everybody has their own unique talent, skills, and interests, that they're not supposed to make your life all about their life. They're not going to make their life all about your life. We're our own individuals, and we work together. Okay, I'm not going to take those because I prefer the cards to be upright, but what's coming up for some people who harness a more worldly or shadowy Scorpio energy that they don't see coming? The King of Swords, the Five of Swords. Why? Because of the truth. When people are being hurtful, unkind, stubborn, bossy, controlling, immature, secretive, they're eventually going to have some high vibe people in their life that they just can't stay in denial of the truth anymore. And they don't want to keep staying in relationships with people who might live more from their mind and their heart, who might, if they say something's just and fair, you're supposed to think it's just and fair, even though you don't think it's just and fair. Worldly energy can be where we define it. Well, I say it's just and fair, you're supposed to think it's just and fair. High vibe is like, I adhere to a higher truth and justice, and this isn't just and fair. But that's not how some people view life. If they say their illusions about relationships is if I say something's just and fair, it's just and fair. Well, that's not my truth. And I've healed. We have the Four of Swords, which is healing. I've seen the truth. No longer an illusion about the truth. Your truth is different than my truth. And I'm going to stand up for my truth. And I'm going to take action on my truth to go live my life. And you can live your life the way you want to live it. Your truth is different than my truth. And if some of these people keep living their life kind of unwilling to see the truth, unwilling to be more balanced between their mind and their heart, and they continue to live more from their mind than their heart, ultimately they'll probably end up in relationships with people who are on the same page as them, who also live more from their mind than their heart, who have mental conflict about the truth. And then the Five of Swords is Aquarius energy. Might cause me mental conflict too, but yeah, I want these things of the world. I'll make my life about those things of the world. I'll stay in a relationship with you or at this job because of the status and the ego and the image. And what drives them more is these either just to be in a relationship because they're heartbroken, weren't bold and brave enough to love themselves, to go live their more authentic life. And sometimes people can just get in a relationship just to be in a relationship. And then some people stay in a relationship just to stay in a relationship. You have to do this work to free yourself, temper your more immature nature. It's like, I don't want to get in a relationship just to be in a relationship. Then I might long-term be stuck in a relationship because I created this illusion of how wonderful this life was, and created this illusion I was living my dream life when I maybe wasn't. Are we willing to speak our truth and take action on our truth? If not, we are going to be living a life more of illusion. And for some people, that is how they want to live their life. And other people, I want to live my authentic life and aligned with truth and love. So there you go, Scorpio. I wish you peace, love, and joy, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.